Food always works to get college kids to come to events on campus, but this year at Mardi Gras hosted by Campus Life, there's more than just food in the parade. Once again, it's time for women's basketball here inside the Holman Center between the Indiana State Sycamores and the Northern Iowa Panthers. With the conference tournament just around the corner, neither team can afford to let up the pace. With national signing behind us, head football coach Mike Sanford is very pleased with the 11 junior college recruits that will have an immediate impact this upcoming season. Here at the Charles E. Brown African American Cultural Center, it's once again time for Bless the Mic. But because it's February and Black History Month, tonight's edition is very special. Ben Cord is the Director of Professional Relations at the Center for Dependency, Addiction, and Rehabilitation in Denver, Colorado. He came to Indiana State University to talk about the dangers of the new marijuana laws.
The biggest problem in Colorado right now is certainly the perception of risk. So it's that young people are seeing weed is not a big deal. And the way that weed is changing in Colorado is a pretty big deal. It's not every day I get invited to speak to college students and love the opportunity. You guys are sort of square in the middle of where this conversation and debate's happening, future leaders of the country.
But has the tax revenue from sales overshadowed the problem?
Yeah, because it doesn't let us have a real conversation about it. So Colorado last year brought in $70 million, which was 0.2% of our total operating budget, which is considerably less than it cost us to regulate it.
Following last night's keynote presentation, Ben Cord held workshops today on the campus of Indiana State University for students and faculty alike.
So the session that I went to specifically was for conduct hearing officers. So I hear a lot of violations that happen specifically in the residence halls.
With marijuana support at an all-time high and being more accessible than ever before in America, Indiana State University Police Chief Joe Newport believes it can still be a very sticky situation.
You know, I have heard that there are significant increases in the potency of what is currently around than what has been around years in the past.
Today's marijuana is not what they think it is. And it's not even what marijuana was 5 years ago.
Reporting for Sycamore Video, I'm Andy Stidham. Welcome to Almost Live. I'm your host, Andy Stidham. Today's guests are Libby Leggett and Jordan Gillenwater from Indiana State University's Panhellenic Council. Almost Live starts right now. Welcome to Almost Live. I'm your host, Andy Stidham. Today's guest is George Issa, the owner of George's Cafe. Almost Live starts right now. Hey there, Sycamores. I'm Andy Stidham, and welcome to This Week at ISU, your campus news on Channel 20. Last Friday, Greg Land, a well-known illustrator from Marvel, visited Indiana State to lecture about his career experiences. Last Thursday marked another event for ISU's Pizza and Politics. Pizza and Politics is a forum for students to learn about politics while also getting to eat some free pizza. Welcome to this week's episode of Green, White, Checkered. I'm your host, Andy Stidham. We've got a lot of NASCAR to cover, so let's start our engines. This has been a very interesting NASCAR season to say the least. Hard to believe that Kyle Busch was involved in a crash in the very first race of the season, forcing him to miss almost half this season due to injury. Busch broke both of his legs, suffering a major compound fracture to his right leg. Kyle Busch made his return to the track in May for the NASCAR All-Star race. In order to make the chase for the championship, Busch had to finish in the top 30 in points at the end of the season and have at least one win. He managed to do that by finishing 14th in points and had a remarkable 4 wins in his abbreviated season. Just an incredible showing for a racer that many fans love to hate. Well, it's that time of the show again. It's time for our Checker Flag. For those of you that don't know what our Checker Flag portion of the show is, it's where we wrap up our show by talking about the hottest topic from the past week in NASCAR. This week is a little different though. This week we're talking about the storied career of the legendary Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon currently finds himself in the Final Four for the Sprint Cup Championship. Gordon began his career back all the way in 1992 at the ripe old age of 20. He got his first career victory in 1994. His second career victory came in the inaugural Brickyard 400 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. If Gordon can find a way to come out on top, he will claim his 5th NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship before he hangs up his fire suit for the last time, capping off what will be for sure a Hall of Fame career. I'm Manny Sim, so remember to buckle up, drive safe, and I'll see you next week.